I'm Erin from Ukulele, and if you're onto this video, you've probably watched my first video, which is our basic getting started video. Now we're going to talk about strumming. So strumming is the second part of the equation to becoming a really great ukulele player. If you can nail your chords and nail your strumming, then you're on the way to becoming a fantastic musician. So how do we strum? There's a few different ways that you can get started. I like to use my thumb to strum, as I was originally a violin player, but that's totally cool. So I'm going to show you some different styles of strumming. The names that I call these strums are the thumb strum, the Pistil Strum, the full strum, and the pick strum. So how do we do our thumb strum? We're just going to work on the Z chord today, which is basically holding our fingers very softly over the strings like that, so we have a percussive sound. So we're not worrying about chords for now, we're just going to work on our Z chord, which is sounding like that. Okay, so how do we do our thumb strum? We're going to do a thumbs up, and we're going to use our thumb to go down and up, like that. Down and up, down and up, down and up. So we're going to do that together. I'm going to count 4 counts, and we're going to do that twice. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, we're going to go down and up. So we're going to go down for 4 counts and up for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, 2, 3, 4. Down, 2, 3, 4. Up, 2, 3, 4. So, a few tips about strumming. When we strum, we don't want to strum directly over the sound hole. We want to remain around this area. This is the best area for us to be strumming for our sound. As well as that, when we are strumming, we want to have nice and comfortable position so that we are not slipping or sliding. So I'm just holding the ukulele up so it works on the camera today, but if I was doing it, I'd probably be more about here. Okay, so just so we know. So let's try that again with our thumb strum, with our Z chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the next one is called the Pistil Strum. So for this one, we make a pistil like this, and then we're going to relax it. So we're kind of going down and up with our first finger. We're going to use the back of that nail. It is handy if you want to grow that nail just a little bit so you have an inbuilt pick. Most musicians do it. So we're going to try our pistil. We've got our pistil, we're going to relax that. When we go down, 1, 2, 3, 4, and up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down. Okay, so that's our pistil sound. Okay, next we're going to try the full strum, which is basically using all of the back of your fingers up and down. This is really for someone who really wants to get into it, wants to grow their nails on most of their fingers, and just wants to work on that down and up stroke. So let's try our full strum. So just using the full back of the hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3. So down, up. Down, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4. Down, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4. So the last one, we can use a pick for our strumming. You need to be careful if you're using a pick if it's going to scratch the surface of your ukulele, but you can find felt picks or softer picks to use if this is more your style. Of course, we can pretend that we have a pick. This is a great way to use our thumb and our first finger. So we can go down and up. We're actually going down with the back of our first finger, and when we come up, we're hitting the back of our thumb like this. So let's do that together now. We're going to go down for 4 counts and up for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up. 2, 3, 4. Now, as I said, there is really no right or wrong way to strum as long as you're not hurting yourself and you're not creating RSI in your wrist. So that means we're not playing like this with our wrist poked out. We're not doing anything funny like that, and we've just got a really nice, relaxed, straight hand when we're strumming. So the main thing we want is to get a nice, relaxed wrist, rather than, so we just just want something nice and comfortable so that this area of our arm is staying nice and straight and relaxed for most of the time. Okay, so we've done our strumming styles. Now we're going to talk about some strum rhythms. So the most popular one for ukulele is called the island strum or the Calypso Strum. This is a fantastic one, but it is quite complicated for those who have not done music before. So we're going to start on what I call the Reggae strum today, which is a bit of a simpler one. So what we're going to do, I'm going to do my thumb strum with our Z chord. We're going to go down, up, tap, tap. So this is a good one. If we think about a ball being dropped onto the ground, the first time it bounces as a bouncy ball, it will bounce high. The second time it will bounce low. So we want to kind of have that sound for our reggae sound with our tap. So we're going to go like this. Down, up, tap, tap. So down, up, hard, soft. Down, up, hard, soft. So make sure you've got that hard, soft rhythm, because that's going to make you sound like you're bouncing along more like a reggae style, which will sound like this. That's our reggae strum. So we go down, up, tap, tap, down, up, tap, tap. If you find this is a little bit too much for you, you can always do one tap. Once you become comfortable, try the 2 taps. So down, up, tap, down, up, tap. That's our basic. And then a little bit harder. Down, up, tap, tap, down, up, tap, tap. Okay, we're going to do that together now. I'm going to get my metronome. This is an awesome thing to practice with. The thing we want to aim for with our strumming is consistency, so that when we're changing chords, we're not going to have that kind of in between, you know. So what we do is we get our metronome. This is a really old school metronome, but you of course can use an app or a digital metronome. We're going to put it on about 60. Down, up, tap, tap, down, up, tap, tap. That's a little bit too slow. Let's go a bit faster. Okay, you ready? So we're going to try this. We're going to do our down strum first. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Try reggae. Down, up, tap. 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 Now down, up, tap, tap. Pretty cool, huh? So I basically just want to do that until it's ingrained into our head and in our muscle memory. We don't really have to think about it anymore. So next we're going to try the Calypso Strum. So this one is all about breaking it down and getting that rhythm. So we want consistency with this one. So our Calypso Strum, we're going to go like this. Down, down, up, up, down, up. Yeah? So with our Calypso Strum, it's really important to get that little break in between our middle, down, down, up, break, up, down, up. Yeah? We'll try it again. Down, down, up, drop, up, down, up. So I find it's really, really good if you can do this while you're saying it out loud so that your brain is remembering the way our arm is going to go, the direction, as well as playing it. You can try this in front of the mirror, or you can try it with the arrows written in front of you as in the book. Just find your way of learning. I know that everyone has a different way of learning, so I tend to go by a spoken and listening. So let's try that one more time with our Calypso Strum. We're going to go down, down, up, up, down, up. And don't forget that drop. Down, down, up, drop, up, down, up. So this is what we call one cycle, one strum cycle. So what we usually do with our songs, we usually do about 2 to 4 cycles per chord. So if I was going to go from a C, that's what I call 2 cycles. So if I'm going to go from C to F to G, as we did in our last book, I'm going to do 2 cycles on each. Call 2 cycles on each chord in a chord progression. Most songs will have about 4 cycles on each chord, but give or take. So that's how we do our Calypso Strum. This is going to take a little bit of practice, but I know you're going to get there. Okay, so what do we have next? Next we have the rock strum. The rock strum is really fantastic. It's kind of like a calypso, but it has more of a straight beat without our swing. So the rock strum, if we're going to clap it, sounds very simple, is just ta, ti, 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 ti. So let's clap it again. Ta, ti, 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 ti. It's going like this. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Let's try that on our ukulele now. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up. And again. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up. So let's try this one with the metronome. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. So a very simple strum. If you feel like calypso is too much for you, you can definitely start on the rock strum. So last but not least, we have our waltz strum, which is in a 3/4 time. So a 3/4 time is what you call like a dance or a polka beat. So it's like a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Whereas our 4/4 time, which is what we've been playing since then, is our sort of hut 2, 3, 4, hut 2, 3, 4. So with our waltz strum, it's basically just cutting out the last little bit of our rock strum. So we're going to go like this. Ta, ti, 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 ti. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah? So down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So I just want you to just clap and say that with me. It might sound a bit funny if you're doing this in a public space, but just go for it. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So that's our waltz strum. Let's try it on our ukulele now. Down, down, up, down, up. Down, down, up, down, up. So if I'm going to count in a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, it's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's try that with the metronome. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so that's our waltz strum. You probably aren't going to use this strum very often, as most songs in ukulele world with our pop and rock are going to be 4/4 time, but I think it's a really good one just to play around with if you'd like to experiment with writing and creating your own style. So that's all of our strumming today. I would love to give you some tips on strumming. As I said, we really want to aim for consistency, so practicing with a metronome is a must. It's a fantastic tool just to get that constant pulse in your head that you're going to need for when you're changing chords consistently in a flowy manner. So on top of that, I know that strumming is not everyone's cup of tea. You're either going to master chords or you're going to master strumming. I just want you to stick at it. It's going to take a bit of practice. So even 10 minutes a day, just strumming, doing something in front of the TV as a mindfulness practice is fantastic. And yeah, have fun in your ukulele series. We're going to talk about fingerstyle in our next program. In the meantime, enjoy your journey.